And all right, this is a good-looking crowd. Look at all these people. Don't be scared. They won't hurt you. All right. Good. Hi, this is Pastor Bob. I hope you enjoyed that greeting from my friends here in Uster, Switzerland. That was from Elements of Rock, and that was one of the seminars that I did here, and I just asked everybody to say hello. I thought you'd enjoy that. This is my last day here in Uster, Switzerland. When I put this up, I'll be traveling actually back to the United States. I always enjoy being back in Switzerland, but honestly, I've been gone for a few weeks, and it's going to be nice to be home in my own bed once again as well. And thank you for putting up with this traveling. You know, every day it hasn't been the best of circumstances, and I understand that the podcasts have not always been the best quality. Today, there's a little too much light here in the top of my head, and I couldn't get everything perfect, but I knew you wouldn't mind tonight, and this is our last night here in Switzerland. So David on Facebook says, I am in a difficult time. He says, my girlfriend has now left me, and I feel lost. He said, for so long, I've tried to do everything that pleased her and to make her feel good and make her feel comfortable. He said, I almost feel like I lost who I am trying to please her. What should I do? And I fully understand, David, what you're talking about. Let me say to all of you that are starting relationships, those of you that have been in them for a while, the most important thing that you can do is to be yourself. We heard that all the time. People say, well, just be yourself. And, you know, it's hard to be yourself. You're not so sure the other person's going to like you. And so you try to be on your best behavior. And sometimes we even try to be somebody that we're not, to try to win them over, to try to make them feel better about who we are, just to try to have some kind of strength in the relationship. And honestly, in the end, it becomes the greatest weakness. And you have to look back over relationships sometimes, especially, I guess, when they fail, and say, I wonder what would have happened if I just would have been myself. Not try to spend all this time trying to please somebody, but just be myself. And folks, here's the best part. You're never going to find your husband or wife by being somebody else. You need to know their compatibility with who you are personally. If they don't like who you are, guess what? They're not your spouse. You see, it isn't a popularity contest. It's a compatibility contest. You don't marry somebody because you've won them over necessarily. You marry them because they complete you. You see how important that is? And so I hope all of you that are listening that you won't end up like David here, who feels completely lost now because he realizes he did the wrong thing. That it wasn't about trying to become somebody. It was about showing his girlfriend, in this case, exactly who he was instead. And let me encourage you, those of you that are in relationships, whether you're dating or married, be yourself. Be honest. Be open. Be transparent. Be you. And those of you that are not in relationships, and you think you have to dress a certain way or be a certain kind of person for somebody to love you, you don't. Doesn't matter how big or how tall or short or big or small or color or whatever you are. I think there's somebody out there for everybody. What really matters is that you are transparent and that you are yourself. You know, there's so many people that really suffer from relationships. The most difficult thing that I can think of is to fall in love with somebody who falls out of love with you. I don't think there's anything that hurts so much. It would almost be easier if somebody died than to have them tell you, I don't love you anymore. That probably hurts more. At least in death, you get it over with, it's final, and you move on. But to know that person is still there and they're beginning to date somebody else, that gets complicated, and that gets very, very hurtful. So, folks, here's my advice for you today, and I hope you'll take it. When you begin the process of getting to know another person, remember that it isn't a competition. It isn't a popularity contest. It's to find the person that completes you as a human being. Somebody that you can be yourself around, not somebody else. Somebody that you can be transparent and they still love you. Somebody who will let you be you. And they like you that way. God bless you. Have a great day.